In this video, I'm going to share with you some Valentine DIYs. For this first one, I'm making a heart wreath using one of the wire heart frames from Dollar Tree. And I'm using this little wood plaque that I'm going to paint white, and I'm going to put some window clings on it after the paint has dried. Now I'm taking this mesh that I got from Dollar Tree, red with silver in it and also white, and I'm cutting 12-inch strips, 3 of white and 2 of red. Now I'm taking that same mesh in the red color and I'm going to wrap it around my wreath form. And I'm going to be wrapping this around about 3 times so that I cover up the wreath form as much as possible. I'm also going to use hot glue to secure each of the ends so that it doesn't unravel. And then around the bottom part here, I'm going to be putting glue in several places so that it stays in place really well. And once again, I'm just wrapping it around, and like I said, I go around this 3 times so that way it covers up the wreath form really well. Now I'm going to take the white. I've turned my wreath form over so that the back of it is facing upward, and I'm using pipe cleaners to secure the white mesh around, and it's going to go on around like the outside of the heart. I'm just using pipe cleaners. I'm threading it through the red mesh that is attached to the wire frame, and then I'm wrapping it around the white mesh. I pull the mesh out so that it's kind of poofy and will stick out around the sides of the heart. And now I'm going to go around again, and I'm going to kind of stagger it a little bit so that way it makes it fuller and covers up some more around on the outside and just makes it look better. Now I'm taking those 12-inch pieces that I cut, and I'm just going to bunch them up together, and I'm going to use a pipe cleaner to secure them all together in the middle, and then I'm going to use that pipe cleaner to secure it to the wreath. Now I'm using this ribbon to make a bow to put over top of the mesh that I have bunched up and put on there. Just a simple little bow here. I'm using baker's twine to secure the bow in the middle, and then I'm going to pull each of the sides out to make it poofy. And then I'm just going to glue that one over top of the little mesh-like bow that I made. Now we're going to go back to that sign, and I'm going to cut the window cling because it sticks up a little bit, and using a truck and then some plants to put in the back of the truck. And then I'm going to use the school glue stick to adhere those to that little sign. I'm going to go all the way around and make sure that glue was put underneath all parts of the window cling. Now I'm going to use baker's twine to thread through the holes on the sign to hang it on the wreath. Now I'm going to use the baker's twine to tie the sign to my wreath and let it hang down in the middle. And now here's the wreath all finished. Let me know what you think of this one. Now for this next DIY, I'm making some vases using Yankee candle jars, some wood hearts, and some scrapbook paper. I'm just going to take the wood heart and I'm going to determine what part of the scrapbook paper I want out. This one here is postcards. I'm just tracing around the heart, and then I'm going to cut inside of my pencil lines so that I don't have a bunch of paper hanging over the side of the heart. Now I'm going to use my school glue stick to adhere my paper heart to my wood heart. And then I'm going to take a 12-inch wooden dowel rod and glue that to the back of the heart so that it is a pick that I will be using down in the flower arrangement. I'm going to do the same thing with this scrapbook paper. My jars, I already had those painted. There was no sense of doing that on camera because it's repetitive. But anyway, I painted the jars a pale pink color. I just added some pink to some white paint. And now I'm taking this jute rope and I'm going to glue that around the top of the jar so that the top just has a more finished look instead of a sloppy paint edge. Now I'm going to take some jute twine and some baker's twine, and I'm going to use those together, one piece of each. I'm just going to tie a shoestring bow and glue that to the top where I put the jute rope. Just like that. Now I'm using these window clings, a lock and a key. I'm going to put the lock on one jar and then I'm going to put the key onto the other one. Once again, I'm using this school glue stick to adhere these to the jar. Now I'm going to take some pieces of styrofoam and put that down into the jar. And then I'm putting in some potpourri so that it smells nice. And then I'm going to stick some eucalyptus picks down into the jar. And then I will be adding a glitter heart pick that I got from Dollar Tree, along with the heart picks that I made using the wooden hearts and scrapbook paper. And there these are finished. Let me know what you think of these vases. For this last DIY, I am making a shelf leaner or a wall hanging, whichever you choose to make it. This board is 12 inches by 8 inches, and I'm just giving it a coat of white paint. Now that that's dry, I'm using this stencil that says Hello Valentine. I'm determining the center of my board, and then I'm going to use red paint to go into the heart and the hello. And I'm using a stencil brush and just dabbing up and down. And then once I get that done, before I lift my stencil up, I'm going to sprinkle on some glitter. You don't have to do this part, but I like glitter. Now after that's dry, I'm going to put on the Valentine part. This one actually says Valentine's, but I don't want the S on there. And I'm also going to be measuring to make sure that I have it placed in the center as well. Then I'm going to use a stencil brush and dab up and down with the red paint through all of those letters. And once that's dry, I'm going to take some jute twine and wrap it around in between the hello and the Valentine and use hot glue to secure that. And then I'm going to use that ribbon with the truck and the Happy Valentine's Day on it, make a little simple bow, and glue that to where the jute twine crisscrosses on the side. I'm also going to use the jute twine to create a hanger for the sign. I'm going to make it so that it can be put behind if I want to use it on a shelf instead of hanging it up on the wall. And here's this one all finished. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know which one was your favorite, and I'll see you in the next one.